Hello and welcome to Taipei, where today we will be flying with EVA Royal Laurel Business Class to Bangkok, Thailand. Join us and let's check it out together. Welcome to EVA Flight BR67. BR67 is a daily service connecting Taipei, Taiwan with Bangkok, Thailand, and one of several daily flight options offered by EVA. The flight covers a distance of just over 1,500 miles with a scheduled flight time of 4 hours. Now, even though the flight is just 4 hours, for this route EVA flies an extended range Boeing 777-300 because the same plane will continue on from Bangkok to London's Heathrow. This particular 777 has been in service for about 7 years. Now, this was a connecting flight for us, having arrived from the US a few hours earlier, so we'll start our review with the lounge. Now, because we were so far ahead of schedule, the lounge hadn't yet opened, but we only had to wait a few minutes. There are actually 2 EVA lounges side by side here. The Infinity Lounge, exclusively for Royal Laurel passengers, and the Star Lounge, intended for elite members and Star Alliance Gold, but also available to Royal Laurel passengers. Both lounges offer the same amenities, but the Infinity Lounge has a more modern design, whereas the Star Lounge has a more traditional decor. Also, the Star Lounge tends to get a bit more crowded as the airport gets busier. Both lounges are very comfortable with plenty of space and various seating options, whether you want to work, eat, watch TV, or just chill. If you like to do some plane spotting, you're out of luck in this lounge. The only view is of the departures hall below. Shortly after we arrived, the staff began putting out the breakfast buffet. There was a good variety with plenty of Western and Asian options, and the food was very good. There's also a small self-serve bar with a decent variety of spirits, wine and beer, as well as additional hot and cold drink options. With about 4 hours to kill, I decided to take advantage of the shower facilities. If you plan on taking a shower, it's a good idea to get your name on the list early. Once you check in for a shower, you are handed a buzzer to alert you when your shower room is ready. The shower facilities are top-notch, with everything you need and super clean. Overall, the lounge was perfect to get refreshed and re-energized and ready for the next leg of our trip. Okay, it's time to board. Boarding is pretty routine, and of course Royal Laurel passengers get priority boarding. Once seated, we are promptly offered a hot towel and a welcome drink. Big surprise, I opt for the champagne. With boarding completed, we push back and taxi out to the runway. and we are on our way. Now, we just arrived earlier in Taipei on a 787 Dreamliner with EVA's newest and best Royal Laurel cabin. This 777 definitely has a more dated feel and is probably due for a refresh. There are 39 Royal Laurel seats in 2 sections in a 1-2-1 reverse herringbone configuration. This aircraft also offers 64 premium economy and 211 economy seats. So in this configuration, all seats are basically identical. All have direct aisle access and are angled away from the aisle for more privacy. The 2 center seats are angled towards each other, so not quite as private unless your neighbor is also your traveling companion. I think most people will prefer the view and added privacy of the window seats. Okay, time to check out the seat. So the seat might not be the most modern, but it's very comfortable, practical, and probably one of the largest business class seats you'll find. There's a lot of space here, and when configured as a bed, it's a massive 2 meters or 6.5 feet long. I like the way the IFE screen can be stowed when you're not using it, which gives you even more space and gives you access to 2 full windows for lots of natural light and great viewing. There's a large tray table for dining or working, and a handy side table for drinks or other items you want to keep close at hand without having to keep the tray table out. There's a magazine rack, plenty of storage, a remote for the in-flight entertainment system, various seat controls, AC and USB charging outlets, and a reading light. Shortly after takeoff, there was a drink service and then the meal service started. The food selection was pretty good for such a short flight. You can also reserve your meal online ahead of the flight to guarantee your choice is available. I went for the sweet and sour pork, which was delicious. Of course, you can also pre-order meals for special dietary needs. And the drinks menu didn't disappoint either. With a wide selection of cocktails, spirits, and beers, lots of coffee and tea choices, soft drinks, juices, and a good selection of champagne and wines. Okay, time to put on the headphones, recline the seat, and watch a movie. The IFE uses a touchscreen display, I'm guessing about 15 to 16 inches, that pops out at the push of a button. You can also operate it with the remote if you prefer. There's a pretty good selection of movies and TV shows. Lots of info, and tech geeks like me will love the interactive flight map system. Overall, the system is intuitive, responsive, and there's plenty of content to keep you entertained. There's also Wi-Fi internet available, with the first 30 minutes being free. Of course, if you want to get some sleep, the seat converts to a full lie-flat bed. There's lots of room, even for a tall person, and pretty good privacy. You can even lower the armrest for even more room. The seat is a little hard, but not too bad for a short nap. After a quick nap, time to freshen up before we start our descent. I have to say the bathroom is pretty spacious. And pretty soon we descend through the clouds and get our first glimpse of the Thai countryside. And a few minutes later, we touch down in Bangkok. Now I think we touched down a little early and our arrival gate wasn't quite ready because taxiing seemed to take forever. But soon after we pulled up at the gate and it was time to deplane.
Thank you, bye-bye.
So let's talk about pricing. Now we used points for this flight, specifically Air Canada Aeroplan points. The flight we booked was all the way from Seattle to Bangkok in Royal Laurel Business, which was 87,500 points plus 100 Canadian dollars in fees. If we'd only been flying from Taipei to Bangkok, it would have been just 30,000 points. And if you wanted to buy the Taipei to Bangkok flight with cash, it would be somewhere in the range of 600 to 700 US dollars. So overall, I have to say our experience with EVA Royal Laurel Business Class was very good. The service on this short flight was good, but not quite up to the standard of the long-haul flight we were just on before this one, which I guess is not that surprising. If you want to check out the Seattle to Taipei flight review or other flights from our trip, please check these out on the channel.
Thank you, bye-bye.
And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.